Give me one sec. All right, all right. So let's start. All right. Now there's a couple different things I'm looking for today. Just all right. Um, yeah. I want to see previous day high. Obviously, I think we're sort of trying to get up there overnight. And now there is a new week opening gap, and because it's this significant, I do want to see price trade back into it. So I'm a little like both sides today, but I think first I want to try and see price get down here, fill this, and then go higher. Um, that's what I'm basically going for this morning. Let me show my journal. So this is what I said. I want to look for previous day high. First, I think we need to trade new week opening gap. Then I think buy side will be appropriate. So, and buy side might only happen like in the lunch hour or afternoon if we even get up there today. But I think that the main delivery should be lower towards new week opening gap. So with 9:30 sort of opening up and drawing lower, I'm not the biggest fan of it right now because, well, I'm trying to frame a short and it's already kind of made a new low. So it's kind of like a sit and wait um, type of scenario, right? Where I may not, get the trade unless we retrace, but we already kind of retraced over here. So I could maybe look for a second stage around midnight open, second stage delivery would be possible. Um, yeah. And I'm not trading JPY. I don't know what happened there, but obviously JPY is in a weird situation where we've expanded overnight. We've already been into the new week opening gap. So if anything could happen here, we might run back up one more time, fill this completely, and then go lower. Maybe is my guess, but I'm not trying to trade it because we've already expanded quite a little bit overnight. So I think it's just more likely to just be out of steam. There's not much consolidation and liquidity being created. So I'm choosing to stay away from that. And oh, oil is not looking good. That is a huge drop. Huh. I don't know why, but interesting. And what's interesting is the Dow is also going higher, while the Nasdaq is sort of going lower. That's another thing I don't really actually feel too good about this morning. But let me just look at the dollar a little closer. So what's it done so far today? We've opened up and hmm. So yeah, so look at how the Dow we're opening up and we're trading higher while having already traded lower for so much while the Nasdaq was trading higher. Now the Nasdaq is trading lower. So I think because on the daily chart, the Nasdaq is failing to make the new high above the all-time high and is now making new highs above these highs. You see how the S&P has not made a new high above Thursday, October 17th, but it has made a new high above July 15th. Same thing with the Dow. It's a little, I think it's showing a little bit that the tech are sort of getting back into the leading player because for, the past, since like September, the sort of Nasdaq has been following, the Dow and the S&P 500, not really following it too well. So I think now the Nasdaq's sort of getting back into the main driver's seat, which could create a bearish run since it's failing to make that new high. Um, it could maybe um, after the elections or something. Something like one thing, the 60-day high and low. The only thing in the last 60 days is lows. So I'd like to see it run lower, but I can't try and predict that because it's the stock market. So usually it only always goes up. I find it much easier to predict the bottoms. When you try and predict the tops, you just end up, in my experience at least, I end up just waiting for the top more than I wait for the bottom. And the bottom almost happens too quickly. This looks like it could be a good long, but I'd rather wait. Like if we inverse this gap, I'm not taking it, but okay, so let's just pretend like I did buy this here. But obviously I didn't because, even though I am long today, I think it needs to go lower. It's too much of a premium right now to buy. Yeah, no, that did not work. So reason why I wanted to see if it would work is because it is my model, right? There is 5 minute short-term low after sort of creating a little bit of an uphill candle, and so it is technically my model, and I don't want to take it because again, my first objective is to come down to new week opening gap, which means I don't really look for shorts. Now, it could still come up there, and what I'm thinking instead is if it ends up coming up here to this high, I would then want to look for a short because this is a 15-minute fair value gap high. So once it gets up into this area, closer to midnight open, maybe could leave that gap but hit the inverse fair value gap here at 8:30. Then it could look for a second stage short. It's a little high, especially because it is running right now. So it could just continue falling down to new week opening gap. And around 11 o'clock, I get a trade, to go back up towards the highs. That's what I would prefer. Well, anyways, because I don't think I'll have a short until probably like closer to 11 o'clock hour, I'll have a long. I'm gonna end the stream, but I guess I've said what I wanted to do, and I'm gonna go and just monitor charts while studying. But I won't be on the stream because I won't be doing anything until new week opening gap comes down and gets filled.